So to start off with, the trunk space is very small in this vehicle. So what Ford did was they decided to just take the regular vehicle, the regular Ford Fusion, and slam some battery packs in the trunk to turn it into the plug-in hybrid. And you can see that that leaves you very, very little room in this trunk. So there is a little bit of a shelf here that you can put stuff on. It's pretty much useless except to put like a grocery bag or something under up there that's folded flat, like a reusable grocery bag, or I don't know, maybe you could put a loaf of bread up there. I mean, there's not much that you can fit in this trunk, so poor design. Alright, so let's talk about one of the other things that I don't like about this car, which is going to be inside the vehicle. So let's get inside. Okay, one of the other things that I really don't like about the vehicle is going to be the sync system. Okay, then that would be the Microsoft sync system that it came with. For the most part, the system, when I got the vehicle, was extremely unstable. The things that I experienced with the system, lockups, lots of locking up and reboots. I had to take it to Ford to get them to do a factory reinstall because it got caught into some sort of a lockup and synchronization loop. It just kept trying to reinstall itself from some sort of protected memory archive, and it just couldn't get out of that loop. So a lot of times it would reinstall and boot back up and work for a couple minutes and then have the same problem again. So Microsoft did sort of fix this issue in terms of stability. So they released an update a little more than a year ago, and it's been stable since then. But the initial experience was just so horrible. I honestly can't believe that Ford would release a vehicle with a system like that in it. Especially a vehicle that is so technology forward focused, such as this one, and this system was, it was verging on unusable because the only thing you could rely on was that it wasn't going to work properly, or it was going to freak out on you while you're in the middle of trying to navigate to some location. So it was really not a good experience. There's some other issues with the Microsoft Sync system, so let me go into that stuff now, right? One of the things is the trying to find what you're looking for in the system. It doesn't always make the most sense. There's a lot of nested menus, so that's a very typical Microsoft approach, and a lot of things just get sort of jammed into spots and you're not really sure where they are that you're looking for. So I mean, this is settings, right? But then there's settings under settings. So that's one of the things that and then, so I've gone to settings, now I've gone to settings, and now there's a system under here, and I'm wondering, okay, what is that? So anytime I need to come back and remember, okay, well, if I want to change the system prompt volume, this is where that's at. I might not ever find it. This is also apparently where master reset is. I don't remember any of this stuff because, again, it's hard to figure out where anything is on the menus. One of the things that drives me particularly crazy is trying to set up a charging time schedule So here you have the area where you can set up your charging time. So here's all your charging related issues. So there's the settings, here's power. So I go back to settings. Like, if I want to edit this profile, I'm like, okay, what is this? This is the value charge profile. I don't really want this. What if I just want it to charge from a certain time to a certain time? Okay, well, it's not under here, it's up here. And that's the thing, why couldn't they put this? I mean, there's a menu here, why isn't that over here? There's an edit thing here, why isn't that over here under all of these, right? A go time could have easily been put over here on a menu that would just take you directly to this. Instead, I have to go here and then click this edit button on the screen, which again, the screens get so busy, sometimes you just don't know where you need to look for things. But that is where you get to set up this schedule, which once it's set up works really well. And this will start the vehicle up and cool it off while it's plugged in. So that's very handy because it's not using your battery, it's not using fuel to do that for you. So if you have a regular schedule like I do, then it's going to either cool down or heat up the car to whatever you've set it to. So that's the time and that's the temperature right there. So once it's working, it's a solid feature, but again, it's just there's a huge learning curve with the car, and it can be a big nuisance. Again, the menu layout, I guess it's exactly what I might expect from Microsoft, but it really is horrendous. So another thing that can be a problem with this vehicle, even though I generally like it, it is these soft touch buttons. So let me put some extra light on here and see if that helps. But with these soft touch buttons, which again, generally these are good and I like them. The one thing that can be a problem is that they have this button all the way down here, which is your max defrost on your windshield. Here's your defrost, here's your max defrost. I don't know why this one needed to go right down here by the temperature, but there's kind of a bug in this system, and I'll describe it to you. If I am trying to adjust the temperature and I accidentally, while I'm driving down the road, mind you, the car, you're in a moving vehicle, so it's not hard to accidentally hit up here instead of hitting down here. That is not a hard thing to do. I mean, your finger movement, that's not much here. Okay, so if I accidentally hit this of course starts blowing on max, and you can see we've switched to high here. It's very loud in the vehicle now, so I'm speaking very loudly. And now I want to try and get it back to normal. Let's see if it'll go back to normal. Okay, so this time we were actually lucky it went back to normal. A lot of times when you accidentally hit this, you will then be able to try and hit auto and it continues to blow on the maximum. I don't know why this is, but it does seem to happen fairly often. And I'm not going to sit here and try and reproduce it, but yes, it does indeed happen. You can press the auto button several times and this will continue to blow on high and blow hot air, and it could be you just wanted to lower the temperature in your car, and before you know it, you're accidentally heating the car up because it's trying to defrost the windshield, and it's actually 98 degrees outside and it's really hot and you just wanted to be a little cooler, but you hit a bump in the road while you were trying to hit the temperature control button, and then suddenly the system is going crazy. And the only way to get out of it then is to go to here and then actually to hit the AC button here or hit the auto button to override this max. And again, I don't know why that is, but it does happen from time to time. Okay, so another one of the things that I don't like about this vehicle is the blind spot monitoring system. Let me see if I can duplicate that right now. So here you can see is the blind spot monitoring system. I'm going to try and, I can't shift the vehicle because I've got it plugged in. So I'm going to unplug the vehicle and then I'll be able to recreate this. So give me a minute, I'll be right back.